Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Tonight we're going to be making some chorizo paella, or a variation thereof. Basically chorizo and rice, but spiced up. So here we go. We've got our main ingredients are obviously, would you believe, chorizo. My favourite old rice. Again, whatever veggies you've got handy. I'm only making dinner for two of us tonight, so I don't need an awful lot. I will put some paprika in there and, as I say, spice it up with some sweet chili sauce. Right, so prep stage, we'll just get started.
It's a camping version of paella. So paella, technically, according to this overview that Google tells me, is a Spanish dish, obviously, of saffron-flavoured rice cooked with meats, seafood and vegetables. Well, there's no seafood in here, but there's meat and vegetables and rice.
Paprika's about the same colour as saffron.
And we've got an extra syllable as well, so that's even better, a bonus syllable here.
I suppose we should call it paella inspired.
Australian camping paella.
That'll work too.
I know I've done this a few times already, but that's our view at the moment.
It never grows old.
Doesn't get old, does it? Aside from a couple of iPhones in the way of the view at the moment.
All right. I can see through them.
You've got a gap through the middle there.
I've got the gap.
Now, theoretically, if we were to do a video on the top X things you should know before camping at Stanage Bay, what would we say?
Ask the question again.
The top X things you should know before camping at Stanage Bay.
There's no toilets.
Well, if you go to Endeavour Park, which is the official camping ground up near the boat ramp, there are toilets there. But where we are here on Alligator Beach, which is, in our opinion, a much nicer place to camp, there's no toilets or facilities of any kind here. You need to be completely self-contained.
Bring your own water.
Bring your own everything and take away your own everything. Now, there is a dump. So as you're coming into Stanage Bay, once you cross the grid and onto the bitumen bit, once you've sort of hit town, on your left hand side there's a tip, so make sure that you collect all your rubbish and you get it up there. But there is somewhere here to dump your tip. There are no dump points for you to lose though, so you've got to cart back out whatever you've brought in that department. When there are some water tanks that you can top up a little bit off near Endeavour Park as well, as I mentioned before.
But don't count on it, because everybody does that.
They're very reliant upon having recent rain. There's a few water tanks there which are fed from some roofs over some benches and some seating areas. So it doesn't take much for them to empty out, and if there hasn't been a lot of rain, they will be empty. So you might get lucky with water, but you also might not. Don't assume it'll be there.
One water-saving tip though is grab some seawater and pre-rinse your dishes in that before you actually wash them with clean water.
There's plenty of seawater out there if you want to grab a bucket and march down there and grab a bucket full. You can rinse your dishes out with that.
Or paper towel.
Paper towel's another golden one. Now the road is way better than it used to be as well. It used to be like well over an hour.
Don't tell everybody that, they'll come here.
Used to be well over an hour of dirt road, and sometimes it was okay and sometimes it was not. Today it's not today, but since they've done a lot of roadworks and sealed as far as the army turn off, there's now about 30 minutes of dirt road to get in. and it's pretty good, generally speaking.
Unless
Anyway.
there's been a lot of rain and then you
Yeah,
can't
there's
pass.
a couple of creeks that do flood in the event of some rainfall. You know, so if it's flooded, forget it. So be mindful of that. But the road's way better than it used to be. It's still a fair hike off the highway, though. It's still a reasonable commitment to come out here, but
Yep.
in our opinion, worth it.
Other things to remember is hat. Absolutely bring a hat.
Lots of air guard.
Yes,
Mozzies
sunscreen.
and sandflies and stuff are definitely present here in the warmer months. And it's January at the moment, so we've definitely gone through a fair bit of air guard, or rid or off, or whatever brand we happen to be carrying at the moment.
Yep.
But mozzies and sandflies you definitely need to be ready for.
My personal favourite must-have is a sarong, simply because you can cover yourself with it when the mozzies are out. You can go
There's a few around.
you can go for a walk down on the beach and just use it as a drape if you don't want to smother yourself in sunscreen, or if the sunscreen hasn't had time enough to actually work when everybody else wants to go down to the water.
How do you reckon I'd look in a sarong?
Lovely, my dear. That's why I say my personal...
Is there such as a thing as a men's sarong?
Why not?
Do they exist?
All of the islanders wear them.
I guess so, yeah. That's
I'm
a fair
sure.
point.
I'm sure that all the blokes in Hawaii would wear them too.
Well, that's what you're going to have to find for me.
Yeah, but it's,
I don't know if I'd wear it, to be honest, but
okay.
it's a thought.
Prep, I think, is done. Now we need to get cooking. And as I'm sure our viewers have come to appreciate, I only use one pot.
Not only do you guys appreciate it, I have to do the dishes, so I appreciate it too. The less washing up, the better.
I don't like washing up, and I don't like using more than one pot.
Yeah, no, one pot works for me. And the other thing that Yolanda taught me too with this Bessemer pot is cleaning it out with a paper towel before you're actually washing it. Saves a whole lot of sink water and stuff. Whoop, hang on, if you're going to do that, are we ready to start this yet?
Yep. All right. And of course, if you've got garlic, never go wrong adding garlic to everything and anything, except when you're baking.
So you've got onion and carrot first.
Yep. No, it wasn't quite hot enough, but anyway. Oh, I'm not used to cooking for such a small meal. You're usually cooking for a tribe.
Normally there's a lot more of us, yeah. It looks a bit kind of...
Yeah. I need to get a half-size Bessemer pot, I think.
Do they make them smaller versions of that?
Yep, they do. But then that's something else to carry, and no.
No. That is the thing when you're teardropping, is you want to get the most use out of each device you can. So whatever you bring, if it has more than one use, that's really good. Pick that up from Playing with Sticks, which is a really good YouTube channel if you haven't watched that. What's his name? Drew from Playing with Sticks. Now he's got a little tiny teardrop. Now we used to live in Alaska, and I think he might have moved now, but anyway, a lot of his teardropping videos are in like ridiculously cold climates. Unlike
this.
here. But he did a whole video on, because his teardrop was much smaller than ours as well, a whole video on whatever you bring, try and make sure it's got more than one use, and be as thoughtful, I suppose, as you can with what you pack. Because space, is a premium. Weight, space, the whole lot. So yeah, if you can do more with each thing, that's better.
Which is why I specifically like the Bessemer, because I can whip up a batch of scones in there. We had to finish off some pies in there the other night because we ran out of gas.
A Dutch oven the right term?
It's almost a Dutch oven, but not quite.
Because Dutch oven means something else as well. But
yeah.
we won't talk about that.
No, we won't talk about that. But no, the versatility of it.
But yeah, you've done bread in there before,
yeah.
And that'll have to be a video as well. Next trip.
When I remember to bring the right ingredients.
Yes.
Oh, that's better. Now we're cooking with gas. Get the flavour of the paprika through there, and I'm going to add my salt and pepper now. Considering Jason's complaining about washing dishes.
Yeah, well, less washing up for me then. That works.
The beauty with these is
And-
you chuck them on the fire when you're done.
Any option that has less washing up, I'm all in favour of. Ouch, now I'm standing on these rocks.
Yep.
Alright, I'm going to bring that over here. So that's what we've got. It kind of looks like paella. That's close enough.
Oops. Making a mess over here, but that's okay too.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Got to be pretty happy with that. Alright,
Enjoy.
bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
Where am I looking? I should be looking at that one.
Okay.
Bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.
Need a new beer. This one's empty.
Okay.